Hey guys, as you know, it's almost time for the second ever Creating Creators meetup. It'll be held October the 17th from 6 to 9 p.m. at 11 Productions. If you haven't already, definitely go ahead and sign up and reserve your spot. Speaking of the meetup, recently I had a chance to sit down and talk with one of its key sponsors, Colin Odell. Colin owns the Joy Collective, a video production company based in the Birmingham area. Colin has been a friend of this podcast and a personal friend and encourager to me. I really do appreciate Colin and what he's meant to this podcast. But also, Colin has been a now two-time sponsor of the Creating Creators meetup. He sponsored the original meetup as well as is sponsoring the upcoming one. I recently had a chance to sit down and ask Colin why. Why did you sponsor the original meetup? Why are you sponsoring this? And what was the experience like for him? This was a great opportunity for me to try something a little bit different. I was able to actually interview Colin in person, and I'm really excited to share it with you today. Check it out. First of all, Colin, thank you, man. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for your partnership with these meetups that you've done already and that are continuing to do. And just thank you for just being a part of this. And thank you for sitting down with me today.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
All right. So tell me a little bit real quick about the last meetup when I first approached you about it. You quickly jumped on board with saying, dude, I'll do whatever you need me to do. Like you were ready to financially get behind it. Tell me a little bit of your reasoning for that. Why did you see it worth your investment?
Yeah. Honestly, the timing of it was just very relevant to everything that I have going on personally. In relation to the Joy Collective and our production company. And then also simultaneously, I do consume the podcast, as a just everyday viewer as well. So I knew, it would be a vibe in its own in that right. So in relation to my personal business, I set out like a goal this year at the beginning of this year when launching that company that like I wanted to build a reputation at, here as in Birmingham and surrounding, So the moment that you threw that out there, I knew, hey, here's a good start at doing that. We're building a reputation through our work and with our clients and through our own marketing as well. But I think even cooler, like build a reputation within the community and industry of everybody else that's doing what we're doing.
Yeah, I think first of all, the Joy Collective, just in its name, already has this like collaborative team made up of various creatives from all over. Like that's already present in the brand itself. And then I know just through knowing you and knowing the team you work with and sort of how that's ever growing and morphing, and there's people that are involved in different projects all along your sort of business work right now. Like it made sense, I feel like, to partner with something that just sort of grew that reach, so to speak. I mean, your name became hopefully more recognized by people in the Birmingham area, but then also like the connections you made either at the event or even since the event. I hope, and I think just based on talking with you, that was an immediate sort of, impact financially even for you.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, you hit it on the head. That's exactly what it was. I could segue into this. We talked off camera, but there was direct awareness, even like transitioning after the event being done. I was getting calls booked with creative agencies based out of Birmingham. Come to find out, when I have that conversation with them, trying to figure out how they found out about us was, hey, my wife was sharing me these posts in relation to promoting this Creating Creators meetup, and and I saw the Joy Collective brand attached to it, and he kind of saw that a couple of times, built that awareness, and then probably about a week later, he saw some of our actual content speaking directly on some of our work and client work. And eventually he saw there was enough awareness that he felt intuitively like, all right, I need to reach out and meet this person. So, that was like direct effect to a door that was open that you can't even really put a price on. It's just like a relationship that will foster and create opportunity for however long. You know what I'm saying? And that wasn't even planned. That was just like one direct version of it. Aside from that, we met so many cool people there, and it opened up an even larger network to just have on hand relationships that, as we're in this like fast growing phase, we have these moments where we're like kind of learning as we go, and we go, oh snap, I think we're going to need like one more person to pull this off, and it's like just being able to reach in and go, let me hit up this person. That directly happened because there was people and relationships that I met there, that we've already worked with, multiple of them on multiple different projects, that we'd have been scrambling as well to try to find those people had that not would have happened, because it wasn't a whole lot of preparation leading up to it. It was more like last second, impulsive, like, hey, should we add somebody to this? Okay, cool. Well, who would we do? And boom, we just had that bucket of resources that we gained from just building those organic relationships at that event. So.
Yeah. Well, and you were an attendee of the event. So tell me a little bit of what. I would love to hear a little bit of what you expected it to be, maybe, and then also what the reality of it was. Was that what you expected? Was it different than what you expected, and in what way?
I think the event as a whole was, I think it was exactly what I expected. What I didn't expect was like the venue selection. For some reason, I was visualizing it to be more indoor, and it was actually like the whole thing was outdoor, which I thought was super sick. I think that like set the vibe even more had it would have been the other way around. But in regards to just the overall vibe of just like all these cool creators in one place, just kind of moving around group to group and introducing themselves and networking and talking about, everything from A to Z, with the music in the background and the amazing food. It was a cool vibe. I think any creative would appreciate the experience. I think all of us wish we maybe had a few more friends that we could kind of talk about this stuff with. I think all of us maybe wish we had a few more people in our group that we could ask some tough questions that are related to this with. And the meetup really, it created that platform to like have all of that at scale.
Yeah. Yeah, I still am sort of shocked that it turned out as well as it did. I mean, there were so many pieces to it that I was like, oh, I don't know if this is going to work out, or even things as simple as like the little name tags that I picked up like the day before, thinking, oh, this will be stupid, but people will think it's funny, and just writing their name on a "Hello, my name is" kind of sticker.
Yeah,
all of it really turned out better than I ever could have imagined, and better than I could hope for. And I credit a lot of that to, first of all, the people that showed up. Sure. But also I have to credit it to the people behind it. And that is the Joy Collective as well as Air 7 Media. I mean, both of y'all ended up making it possible, because otherwise I never could have funded the whole thing myself, as well as just, I think, both companies added a level of legitimacy to it. So again, thank you so much for that. Yeah. But now let's talk about, why are you coming back again? Because I've already mentioned you're actually going to sponsor this next meetup that we're having October the 17th. What was your rationale? Because I came back to you. I was like, hey, I know a guy. Colin will give me some money maybe. So why was it such a quick yes from you this time around again?
Yeah, so, I mean, honestly, the same reason I did it the first time. And doing it the first time was the biggest risk, because, it's a new thing. You don't know what we're getting into. We have no clue if it's going to be worth. And you just take that risk going into it. And then going and participating and seeing it was, super successful, and having a blast and building those relationships and then having direct impact after the fact. I mean, it was a no-brainer. It was like, hey, let's continue to build this thing even bigger than it already has been. And, if there's value to come from it, that will continue to happen at scale. And even if it doesn't, no matter what, the people will benefit the most value just from having these meetups and this opportunity to strengthen their relationships, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah. Colin, I've got to thank you again just for the initial willingness to take that risk, like you mentioned earlier with the first one, and then just sort of continuing our partnership into this next one. So I look forward to seeing where this goes, seeing this next meetup. But seriously, thank you so much for your support in it.
Yeah, man, of course. Appreciate the opportunity.
Awesome.